Hey guys, what's up? Welcome to the channel, or welcome back to the channel. We are the Mile High Property Brothers. We're gonna get right into it, but we're talking about Denver's newest and super impressive master plan community.
That's right, guys, and there are some of the absolute best views that you're gonna find in the entire Denver metro area down here. On top of that, homes are starting at $600,000, so you've got the best of affordability and the best of views all in one place here.
Correct, and we're gonna show you guys a couple of different things that they have going on when it comes to this location. You've got your general population, we'll call it, but then we've also got a 55 and up community.
Active adults.
Why do you think I wore this shirt?
That's right, he's ready to go.
I'm your 55 and up community today. I look like that dad that's on vacation. I promise this shirt is cooler than you guys might think. Either way, it makes for great content and great video, but we will show you guys both sides of that in addition to taking you through some of these new builds, what you're in it for, what it would look like for you, and then in addition to all of these views, amenities, recreationally wise, what you guys have to look forward to when it comes to this master plan community.
All right, so where are we? We are in Castle Rock at the newest community that they have down here, master plan community called Montaine. Now, Montane has been one that we've been excited to cover for a long time because we've had a ton of clients buying here, but we've never gotten to feature it on our YouTube channel yet.
100%. And a little highlight, Toll Brothers is here. And Toll Brothers is a phenomenal build. They are out in South Shore. We've shown South Shore a couple of times. We just did a huge video on them, but they are all done building in South Shore, which means if you were to buy a Toll Brothers, it would be a pre-existing home, which is still more than phenomenal. It's probably only 2 years old, but inventory on those are a little bit less. People are still there that originally owned it and they're enjoying it, but you have some available inventory with Toll Brothers here. Not to knock any other builders. I live in a Toll Brothers. They're phenomenal. So I'm excited to show you guys some of those in addition to everything else.
So there are two primary builders down here. Toll Brothers is the main one, and they're going to cover really the majority of these homes out here. And then you also have Brightland Homes, which is out here as well. Both are phenomenal builders, both on the higher end of the types of builders that you're going to find out here in Colorado. And as you guys can see from our drone shots and some of our B-roll of even just the community centers and stuff, man, they have put so much emphasis on just the Colorado look and feel of everything that they're putting out here.
And modern floor plans. So even though you've got the look and feel of Colorado, and you've got the sliding walls and the walkout basements and all that cool stuff, it's still a new build, which means they take a lot of data and collect it, and they know what people like and what they don't like. So whether it's upper level laundry or your butler's kitchen, whatever it may be, super, super cool when it comes to the usability of new builds, especially these two builders.
Now, the whole community is going to be about 1,200 homes once it's completed. So it's not massive. We're just sitting at about 1,200, and it's going to be broken up into two different communities. The all ages side is going to be called Vista. The 55 and up active adult community is going to be called Regency.
I feel like I'm growing a little gray right there. I'm trying to
I know.
They might have a good clubhouse at Regency, and I feel like between the dad shirt.
Yes.
Can you guys tell I just had a kid not too long ago?
He's ready.
I feel like I'm working my way into that community a little early. I'm not quite that old. However, a lot to look forward to. And what I like about it is when you typically think about 55 and older from prior, you're like, why do you want to live there? You want to stay active and well, that's the whole thing about these communities is nothing feels upper level community or older age or old or anything at all. The tennis courts, the swimming pool, how much activity you have here, it doesn't feel like you might think it would feel when you hear 55 and up.
Yeah, now if you're more interested in the Vista side, you're gonna find an amazing family community over there. You do not have the clubhouse complete yet. It looks like they're getting really, really close. I think it's gonna be done end of 2023, but right now they're getting the building built, as you can see from our drone footage, and then throw in that pool shortly thereafter.
But you guys do know I was a police officer for a long time. I do still have some undercover kits that are for sale that we would be prepared to sell to you guys, and you guys could sneak your way in and still enjoy this clubhouse. For example, let's just give an example. See what I mean? Hey, either way, right? Whether you guys are looking at buying a home here in Colorado, and as you guys know, we weren't just police officers, we are licensed realtors here in the state of Colorado. And just as much as we love making these videos, we would love more to help you with those real estate needs. So yes, just as much as we're doing these and having some fun, if there's anything we can do to help you guys with your real estate needs, we would love to. That number popping up below are the guys who answer the phone calls, text messages, and emails. And no, I'm not undercover when I answer that. It's just gonna be me. No, it's not recorded. It's just me, but if you need one of those kits, we got you. Otherwise, back to the content. Let's start showing you guys some of the spaces that you have to look forward to here.
Now, as we are talking all ages, it's important to know that we are in the Douglas County School District down here. Douglas County is always in the top 5 for the Denver metro
For as long
area.
as we've been around in real estate, they've been in the top 5.
Amazing schools that they have down here. Now, as far as what to expect to pay down here, entry level is going to be at that $600,000. They're starting at the $600,000. Now, keep in mind with Toll Brothers, they don't include lots in their prices. They don't include upgrades, right? You're going to have to add those things later unless you're doing a quick move-in home, which there are some available for both Toll Brothers and Brightland.
Right, and those quick move-ins would have like the total price prepared for you guys because they already have the upgrades picked and or installed. They already have the lot. The home is already on the lot. They already have everything picked out and prepared for you.
Exactly. So you're looking at starting around 600, and they go up to about $1 million for just their variety of different models that they have. And we're going to go and actually check out one of the models here a little bit later from either Toll Brothers or Brightland.
Correct. And before we get to location, just talking to you guys about the new build process. It is a different contract than just your general real estate, Colorado real estate contract. There are some different things. It's not that they're sneaky or trying to get over on you. It's not that. It's just different. And you also want to make sure that when you guys are going through design center, there are some things that you would love to have or need and not need. There are some things that are very price effective that a new builder can do, a developer can do for you. That's very price effective. And there's also some things that you don't necessarily have to go to the builder for that would actually be more competitively priced outside of the price of your home and paying for it up front. So us helping you, we do a ton of new builds every single year. So just guiding you guys through that process, and it don't cost you any money. We're your buyer agent. Matter of fact, developers love working with agents because they know that you guys are going to be educated and taken through a process with supervision and education along the way, which makes it easier for them. So they're prepared for that. So if we're helping you guys with that, it's great. And part of that isn't just turning the key and showing the home. It's the contract, and it's making sure that the upgrades and things you guys agreed to is there. It's making sure that we don't just do a final walkthrough before closing, but you have drywall and electrical, depending on how early this build is, to just make sure that every place that you guys wanted something is done to its completion before we close on a home. But location-wise, if this were a clock, you guys know we're in Castle Rock. So if Denver's in the center of a clock, then Castle Rock would be directly 6 o'clock down I-25 south.
Yes, and then even more specifically, we're on the south side of Castle Rock itself, okay? So the amazing part about this, guys, is that you're only 5 minutes from downtown Castle Rock. You're only about 40 minutes from the airport, and you're only about maybe 15 to 20 minutes from Park Meadows, which is a massive shopping center, cool restaurants, great date night spot that you guys should be visiting a lot.
And what's great about, even though you're down south, right? So you're a little bit further. So this is probably more like 44 minutes away from downtown if you have to go there. But what's great is you've got access to I-25, north or south, right? That's readily available. You've got E-470 to take you west toward the mountains and toward Littleton, or to go out east towards Southeast Aurora and around to the airport, which is where a lot of people need to commute. E-470 is a super great commute for you guys and very easy to use, very quick. You're probably about the same time from the airport as you are from downtown Denver. But then you've also got Crowfoot Valley Road. So if you guys want to go into like Parker for Parker days, or down Parker Road for some shopping, versus going into Castle Rock if it's too busy that day, or if you want to change, Crowfoot Valley Road takes you right in between some of the hilltops and into Parker. So 3 main access points as far as in and out, depending on where you guys want to go.
Now you guys can see all of this amazing open space behind us. Now there's over 500 acres of open space within Montane. So what's going to be amazing, guys, you know, in these new build communities, we've talked about this before, a lot of them aren't going to have big backyards that you might be used to from maybe the East Coast or something, or the Midwest. But what they are very good about doing is positioning the home so that a lot of them can back to open space. And that's always like the best of both worlds, because you don't have a lot of maintenance, especially if you're wanting to be over here on the 55 and up side, but you really get the feel of open space, which you guys might be looking for.
And just Colorado as a whole, from all the new build master communities that we start seeing, they do these yards big enough for you guys to enjoy your backyard and have some space outside recreationally of hanging out with some friends or entertaining, but it's not overly huge, right? We've got just exuberant amount of space, like a full acre or a half acre, but they're big enough to enjoy with friends or just enjoy it in privacy for yourself. Enjoy the views, enjoy some quiet time, whatever you like, right? However, between the trails and the hikes and the pools and the tennis courts and the clubhouses, everywhere we go, we see a lot of people, even in South Shore where I live, you see a lot of people utilizing those huge clubhouses. And what people love about it is they're actually worth going to. A lot of places we've seen people move from, a lot of older places in Colorado that have some clubhouses, but they're from the 80s or 90s. Like they're there, but nobody ever really uses them. They're not really worth going to. These are brand new, state of the art. They're baller. There's so much cool stuff you can do. They're so huge. It's never, even when there's a lot of people here, it's never never overly busy. And what people love is you still have all this recreation and all this stuff that you can do, but not a ton of like lot maintenance when it comes to having a half acre or a full acre, and the water bill on that, the lawns, the landscape. Like, it becomes super expensive, and it becomes a job to just take care of it, versus you have that same look, but it's shrunk and it's manageable for your guys' busy schedule, but then you still have all of this recreation that you guys can come enjoy. It's been a great hit here in Colorado so far.
And speaking of recreation, one of the big things that I'm always talking about with Castle Rock is how a huge amount of like Colorado fun things to do you don't need to leave Castle Rock for. For example, just 5 minutes from here, there's going to be this park. I think it's called Riolite. I don't know how to pronounce it. I think it's Riolite Park. And they actually have like a mountain bike park there.
Correct.
They've got frisbee golf. They've got some really cool like playgrounds and fields and stuff for the kiddos. But just being able to ride your bike from your house 5 minutes down the road and be able to hit a real mountain bike park right in your neighborhood is pretty cool.
You guys know Eli was in Iraq, Ben. I've mentioned that. Homeschooled, right? Like, but what you don't know is Eli actually throws par as a frisbee golfer, right? Like, see his hat?
Lies.
So you just feel like he's actually going for his pro card. I think he's going to be on the circuit this year for frisbee golf. I'm still working hard on my pickleball.
Yeah.
All right, there you have it. I'm done picking on him. Thanks for picking on my shirt. I'm picking on that as well. But more importantly, let's start diving into both sides of the communities and homes that you guys have to look forward to and what those look like specifically. And then we'll also break down some specific costs for those specific models.
All right, let's go.
All right, so the first house we're gonna check out today is a Toll Brothers Ogden model. Now, this is one of their most popular models. It's also one of my personal favorites. It's gonna be a 2-story option for you, and you're gonna have anywhere from 4 to 6 bedrooms, 3 to 4 bathrooms, and this is one of their biggest ones here, I believe second biggest, where it's pushing about 4,000 square feet. It comes with a 3-car garage, and guys, you are not gonna believe the master bathroom in this one. The shower is big enough to literally have a party in. All right, now on a house like this, the base price for this model, again, with this being one of their biggest ones, you're looking at about $940,000 right now. That does not include your upgrades. But that's enough of me, guys. Let's go check it out. Wasn't that shower absolutely amazing? Anytime we're taking some clients out there, I'm always excited to show them that. It's a personal favorite of mine. But enough of that side. Let's go over to the 55 and up part of Montane called Regency. Now, one important thing to note about Regency is that all the homes out here, they're going to be single level ranch style homes, okay? Now, even though I say single level, they do all have basements. It's not gonna be a finished basement, but it's definitely something you could finish down the road if you wanna add any more finished square footage or bedrooms. But the homes out here are gonna have anywhere from 2 to 3 bathrooms. They're gonna range anywhere from 2,500 to 3,500 square feet. So they're still fairly big homes, but they are gonna have smaller front and backyards because the whole focus out here is low to no maintenance. And another cool thing about this side is that they do include backyard landscaping. But again, a lot of it is just the xeriscape where you're not going to have a ton of grass and sod to mow and take care of. Okay, but that is one cool thing about this. Usually builders include your front yard landscaping. They don't include the back. Over here, they definitely do. Now, Toll Brothers has about 5 models for you to go and tour out here in the Regency section. The one we're going to look at today is the Grayson model. It is one of the more modern ones that they have as far as modern floor plans, modern finishes, which is one of the reasons I wanted to highlight it here. And this home is going to be able to be finished out from anywhere from 2 to 3 bedrooms, 2 to 3 bathrooms, and we're sitting at about 2,600 square feet here. And the base price on this home is right around $840,000. So let's take a look.
All right, guys, there you have it. Whether it's Eli showing you guys some details or us showing you some of these homes and the clubhouses that are available, definitely something that you guys want to look into. And I want to remind you guys of the commute, again, of being 37 to 42 minutes away from downtown, being the same amount of time from the airport. So map-wise, even though it looks very far, something about Colorado and just how efficient it is with its highways and byways, you can be a lot further out than you think while still having a decent commute. And this is everything that you get for it. So really cool.
Yes.
Be open-minded about some of that space, right? And just turn these stones when you guys are looking at what to purchase or where to purchase. I guess the last thing I'll leave before I let you have the last word. I know you're like holding your breath over there, so I'm like making him hold his breath.
Go ahead.
With everything you have resource-wise over here as far as like shopping and eatery, but then all these clubhouses and resources within the neighborhood, you don't necessarily have to venture out all the time to go do something, right? So you don't necessarily need to be right up next to downtown Denver. You might not want to be. So all food for thought.
Yes, 100%, guys. And again, just to reiterate, we say this in a lot of our videos, but when it comes to the Denver metro area, one just very important thing to realize is that when you've got downtown Denver and you've got these surrounding metro cities like a Castle Rock or Aurora or Highlands Ranch or Arvada or whatever it may be, it is important when you're coming here to explore really just all the options. Don't just think that, hey, because you're moving to Denver, that means you got to move to right downtown Denver. People will say they live in Denver and they live in Castle Rock or they live in Arvada or they live, wherever. But just when it comes to kind of the local mindset as far as what it means to live in Denver, guys, it's so hard to beat this spot.
If there was like a more important thing to remember, it's the number popping up below.
There we go.
And us reminding you that we are licensed brokers here in the state of Colorado. And just as much as we love making these videos, we would love more help with those real estate needs.
That's right.
So numbers still below. We are the guys who answer the phone calls, text messages, and those emails. So if we can help you, we would love to. But with that being said, you guys enjoy the rest of your week and your weekend. We'll see you guys very soon.
See you guys.